Hello everybody, it's January after Christmas and I'm going to show you a new use for some of those old poinsettias that you have left over after Christmas. What we're going to do is we're going to root some of these arborvitaes. Specifically, these are called green giants. They're a species that it's a cross between it's a Thuja, and it's a cross between Thuja plicata and Thuja standishi. Beautiful tree that grows fast. It can grow over 3 foot a year in the right conditions, maybe even 5 foot once it gets mature. And they can get upwards of 50, 60, 70 feet. But we're going to root these. These were cut off of a stand of 50 footers I have in the backyard that are about 15 years old. And what we're going to do is we're going to root them. Now there's a lot of videos online. One is done by Kincaid. I think it's Mike Kincaid. And I think there's the Savvy Gardener and a couple others that show you how to root these evergreens. But what they do is they'll do it in a tub. And I've done it myself, where you'll fill a tub with sand or bark or whatever, and you'll put in about 50, 60 of the little cuttings. And in, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, they'll start to root. And then you can put them in pots and get them a little bigger for another 6 months. And then transplant them out into your yard. I did it. I waited like, I don't know, 5 months. And I got them rooted. And I transplanted them into pots. And that's where I kind of went wrong. I had kind of a high mortality rate once I transplanted them into the pots. I don't have a greenhouse. I kind of had them half under the deck, and animals got in them, and they got too wet, and so about 10 out of 50 survived. So that's my fault. But I was in Tractor Supply, and I had picked up some poinsettias cheap. They were marked down to like $2 from $6. And I thought, why not use, here you're getting a nice pot and dirt, why throw that out? And I had gone, what I had done is I had gone to Tractor Supply, and I was there to pick up something else, birdseed or whatever. And I noticed they had a couple hundred plants in their greenhouse area that they were going to sell for $6.99. And when I came back a couple days later, half of them were dying. It was, I don't know if the cold air got in the greenhouse or just the shipping. And they can be pretty fragile. So I'm thinking, wow, there's a lot of dead poinsettias. And then I'm thinking, well, maybe I can talk to somebody. And I came back the next day, and they had thrown out like a third of their poinsettias. Were chucked. It wasn't even Christmas. So I said, hey, where are they? I'd love to get the dead ones, get the pots and stuff. And they go, well, we threw them in the dumpster. I said, well, can I go in the dumpster? And they said, no. So I left them a note. They still had 60 left. I said, let me know when you're ready to throw these out, give me a call. So I gave them my name and a number, and I kept checking in. Christmas came and went, 1st of January, January 10th, 3rd week in January. I went back and every time I went back, they were still there. They brought them inside the store, and I kept saying, don't forget, my name's on the thing, And they kept marking the price down. They went down as low as 79 cents, and I actually bought some for decoration, these. And I came back again, and it was, I don't know, about a week ago, and they're all gone. And I'm going, I didn't get my call. Where are my 70 poinsettias? They go, oh, we donated them to a nursing home. I go, you donated the dead ones? No, we donated the live ones. I go, where are the dead ones? Oh, we threw them out. I go, there's a note on the wall. Oh, you wanted the dead ones? I go, it says on the thing, I want the dead ones. I want the pots. I want the dirt. And so I'm going to try again next year, and I got to really spell it out in the note. I want the dead pots, So anyway, long story short, here we have some of those poinsettias, and they're pretty well shot. The leaves are falling out. So what I'm going to do here is clip them off right at the base. I'm not even going to pull the got a trash can here. I'm not even going to pull pull the roots out. I figure, let them stay in there and maybe they'll help add a little sustenance or something. Okay. So what you do is you got this beautiful pot now. It's got soil. Look at that. It's got some beautiful soil in it. You even got this little plastic thing to kind of hold things up. So what you do is just take a pencil, make a nice hole with this, elaborate digging tool. Get yourself one of the cuttings. Here I have them in water. And what I like to do is take a terminal cutting that has, this is going to be going crazy in the spring, and so are all these little root tips. And I like to get some with some brown wood. I mean, the little green, the ones that are all green, they'll root too, but they're small and they're not as vigorous. I'm getting old. I don't have much time left to watch things grow. So what you do is you rip off some of the lower parts here, about like that, maybe. And you don't throw them in the trash can. That doesn't work. You rip off them. Actually, you can rip those off or you can clip those off. And then what you want to do is take your wife's best knife. Here's a Martha Stewart knife. Hopefully she never watches my videos. And you want to just kind of, near the bottom, scrape a little bit of that bark off down to the cambium. And apparently that helps form a callus. That helps these roots grow. So, scrape some of that off. And then take your beautiful little tree and shove it down into that hole, all the way down. Make sure you got a good tight fit. And you're going to come down blocking. Shove it in that hole there. Make sure you have a good tight fit in that hole. Right there it is. It's a beautiful thing. And like I said, this is January. So December and January is a good time to harvest these. Because they're in a dormancy phase, They're waiting for spring, so they're kind of dormant. Sap's kind of, not flowing. But they'll pop in the spring, and they'll start to pop when you bring them in the house. And hopefully you'll start to see some green tips. So do that, and it'll take probably to July or August before you see some good roots in there. And then, I wouldn't pull them out of the pots. If everything looks good, they can stay in these pots for maybe 2 years and get, 3 foot tall. So I just leave them in the pots for 2 years or so. And as a final thing, what you can do, what I've done with some I've already done, I've got about 5 in the basement. You can loosely cover it with a bag. Here's a Tractor Supply bag. You cover it with a bag like this, and that'll kind of keep a nice moist environment like that. And keep it well watered, keep it moist. Check on it every 2 weeks or so, make sure there's not a lot of mold forming or something. That's why some people use sand or bark as a medium. It's less prone to molding. But hey, here's some beautiful free potting, so I might as well use it. Some of the people too on the web that are rooting these will kind of cut back this green, about 1/3 of the way, half the way. But what the heck? It looks nice, doesn't it? We'll see if it dies back. I don't think it will. So there you go. That's a tip, something to do with these poinsettias that you have left over after Christmas. They're kind of hard to keep alive. If you want to keep them alive through the summer, be my guest. They're kind of a pain. So there you go. We'll see you. We'll do a follow-up then in, say, June. See if it's still kicking, doing fine. You'll see little new green growth and stuff. So we'll see if that happens. So there you go. Give it a try. It's a wonderful plant. The deer don't eat it. Grows like crazy. A beautiful screen. You can make a hedge. Thuja Green Giant. Plicata crossed with Standishi. Thank you. Over and out.